What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about the reasons why we do not have free will in this lifetime, and the reason why this world fucking sucks, and a lot of people are so fucking retarded. So let's get to it. And I'm also going to talk about the reasons why there's no true freedom, both from a human perspective and from a spiritual perspective as well. So let's get to it. So the reasons why I feel like there's no such thing as free will through a fucking human perspective is through money control. Money limits us on the things we can do. So you can't really travel around the world. You can't meet different types of people. You can't really do the things you want to do without money. People are homeless. People can't navigate or they can't reach their full potential because they lack resources. There is people actually living a life without them having to work a bullshit 9 to 5 job. Well, this is where you get your first class, and then you have a middle class where people are forced to work at these fucking bullshit ass jobs they don't want to be in. That's why they always bitch and moan and complain all the time, and they always complain about them being overworked and underpaid because it's true. And then you have the lower class, which is homeless people and people in poverty, and they're fucking struggling. So just the fact that we have different classes when it comes to money and wealth, that's a huge fucking problem in this fucking system. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't have free will. That's why when you see how rich people live, their lives are completely different than people who are in the middle class or people who are in poverty. Both completely different. Even people in the middle class, our lives are a lot different compared to people in poverty, right? It's how it is. It's a fucking weird ass fucking world, right? So when it comes to money, there's no real true freedom. It limits us. There's nothing wrong with the money system. It's the people controlling the money system, like the elites and the fucking Illuminati and the fucking Rothschilds and these fucking. I don't want to get. I'm not gonna say it, but and there's different certain people and bloodlines who control this shit, right? So yeah, so they and this has been going on for over thousands of years. We even had slaves back then, so there's no true fucking freedom. People get shadow banned on YouTube, and there's certain countries where people can't even like fucking speak out on certain topics, or they'll get killed off or arrested. So like even in here, there's certain like even we don't have freedom of speech over here. Most of these jobs they do background checks and they do secret clearance checks. So when you have like a YouTube channel who's kind of like me who speaks like who likes to speak their mind, who likes to take advantage of their freedom of speech, most of these jobs won't accept that. This is why when you see people going to fights or they say certain shit through like social media through YouTube, they're not they tend to get fired from their jobs. They tend to get in trouble within the workplace, or like they'll just not be qualified for the job because of the things they dish out through the internet. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really have free will like that. No, that's from a human perspective. Now from a spiritual perspective, why is it that like you have a group of people like out of billions of people on this fucking planet, you each have different um groups of people who are going to experience similar things as other people. This is where you get your soul tribe and your soul tribe family from. So, for example, this one, group A experiences, they're going to experience abusive how being born into abusive households, traumatic situations, and narcissistic abuse and all this shit. That's group one. Group two, they're going to experience being born into wealth, but yet they fear rejection and they fear they're not loved based on their authentic selves because they're around the narcissistic parents and shit like that. Group three, they're born into poverty and they're meant to help themselves out and their family out by being rich. Group four, you have certain people who one of their main struggles is to live life in their authentic self. Instead, all their lives they're put into situations and they live their lives not living to their true self, right? This is where you get your most of your Instagram hoes and OnlyFans models. But that's a different topic. But yeah. But yeah. So and this is what I'm getting at because why is it that like? Cause I be observing my life. So like, why is it that like I'm experiencing like I was born into an abusive household and I'm always attracting narcissistic people and abusive people. I always attract people like that, even though I'm doing the healing work, even though I have a lot of awareness. But yeah, I'm still attracting around dumbass people, retarded fucking people, and abusive people, right? And tell me why I'm subscribed to multiple YouTubers who also experience the same shit that I'm experiencing. Obviously with different people, because we're all different people. But I'm subscribed to a lot of people who are experiencing the same shit that I'm experiencing. Why is that? Why is that like we're both developing personality disorders, or like when it comes to like due to trauma and like PTSD like symptoms that's causing us to be mentally unhealed, and like we're both on a healing journey, and we all experience being put into dysfunctional families. We've all experienced being around narcissistic people, and just how our lives are so similar. Why is it that, or look at it from a whole global scale? Why is it that like a lot of people are experiencing being put into abusive households, and they're experiencing generational curses? Just the fact that a generational curse is a fucking word, you know what I'm saying? Like people talk about spiritual warfare and like narcissism. That in itself tells you that we do not have fucking free will. I get it. The reason why as the human beings, the reason why we experience pain and bullshit, so we can overcome it, so we can heal, so we can become better versions of ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm talking about is like we don't have free will. You know what I'm saying? I feel like within the human experience, you have to experience certain shit when it comes to like horrible emotions like betrayal, sadness, loss, depression, anxiety, rejection, um, experiencing being stolen money from, just anything like that. In order for you, and then on your second half of life, which is not guaranteed, but in the second half of life, then you're gonna experience bliss and happiness. You become wealthy, so you can do the things you want to do. You finally have some type of freedom. So that's where I'm getting at. I feel like within life, everything is pre-planned. We don't have free will based on our past life karma, based on the things we chose to experience, or our spirit chose to experience, or the natural experience of this human experience is to experience a lot of bullshit, disappointment, pain, hurts, and betrayal, and sadness, and tragedy, and tragic situations. Shit, right? So this where you get your ego from and all that. So I don't know, man. So I just feel like I be observing my life, I be observing other people's lives, and I feel like we really don't have free will. Just the fact that the human body has a nervous system, we feel pain. Shout out to Chauncey one because he did mention that. He mentioned, and he's got a good point. He mentioned that like just the fact that the human body has a nervous system, they feel pain. We have pain receptors. That means we don't have free will. If I were to have $1,000, right, and I don't want to give it away, but if someone were to hold me hostage, and I had no control over my arms or my legs, and if someone were to like fucking like stab me, like constantly stab me, right, or someone was to constantly just fucking like I don't know, like fucking shoot a fucking laser at me, obviously I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna yell, I'm gonna be in pain. Eventually, I'm gonna give these people the $10,000, right? Because I'm in so much pain. I'd rather just give them the money so they'll stop doing it, so I can be free and get out of that situation, right? That's what I'm getting at. We don't have free will because as human beings, we feel pain and shit. Um, this is why, like, I'm not gonna name this person, but there's a person who I follow on YouTube, right? She's very successful. I mean, she's very popular, and I really respect her work. But she developed I forgot what it's called. I think BPD disorder, and her body literally experiences physical fucking pain when when someone triggers her, or like when she experiences some type of trigger that deals with like traumatic situations from the past. I forgot what it was specifically, but she mentioned on a recent video that like there was a situation with her friend, and her friend did some bullshit, so now she was forced to cut her off, and she experienced that betrayal and hurt, and now her since she has BDP personality disorder, her her physical body is able to feel physical pain for any last, and she mentions that like her physical pain whenever she experiences certain types of triggers due to her like traumatic experiences like abusive family members like that, kind of like me. Then her body will experience a lot of pain due to these because how intense the triggers are, and it'll last for like days and weeks. And she talks about how painful it is. There's also reports of other people with personality disorders, I forgot what it's called, that they also experience physical pain. It's so much for them to handle that they tend to kill themselves. So that's what I'm getting at. Like our human body dictates our we don't have free will. But she mentions that like it hurts so much and that like it kind of forces her to cut people off extremely good, which is a good thing, and to spot the red flags. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm getting at. I feel like kind of God, right? But she also experienced the good parts of it. She also experienced how like, but it also made her more empathetic because now she knows she experiences that pain, so like she knows how to become more empathetic towards people. I mean, she always is empathetic. She's a good person. She's a great person, amazing person. But she, I forgot what she mentioned, but she talks about how like she's more empathetic because of the things she's experienced. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I'm getting at. And when I saw this video, I'm just observing. I'm like, it's possible that maybe God tends to use human beings to experience certain shit so they can learn lessons and shit. Like, is it like we're doing God's work? Not in a good way, but kind of in more of a way like it's controlling. That's how I view shit. But I don't know, man. All I'm saying is that like I be observing live, bro. Like all the times I've been getting like betrayed, attacked by fucking people close to me and shit like that. All these spiritual attacks. Now I'm forced to cut a lot of people off, bro. And like now I'm like fucking isolated. Like all my whole life, I've always been single. I've always been isolated. I feel like this shit was meant to happen for a fucking reason due to my life purpose and my life mission. So I could know more about myself. So I could learn more information. So I could study about a lot of shit. This is why I have so much fucking videos when it comes to spirituality because I've experienced a lot of shit due to due to things out of my control that involves abuse and also spirituality because I've always been alone, so I have nothing but to do but to fucking study about the shit I'm experiencing. So you see how my life is adding up to what I'm talking about? This is what I'm getting at. I feel like we don't have fucking free will. You know what I'm saying? This is bullshit, dude. Like I really like. I'm not saying this out of spite or anger. Like I really do mean this shit. Like I'll be like it's hard to explain. Like I'm trying to think of a better way to explain it, but I'll be observing my life. And I'm not paranoid, but I'm more so saying that like everything is predestined, everything is pre-planned. We do have free will to a certain extent, but at the same time, we really don't when it comes to like destined events, life situations with people, work situations, and shit like that. That's just how things will play out. Either that, or I've experienced a lot of very spiritual shit that involves spiritual warfare or involves demonic entities trying to fuck with me, and then how you know what I'm saying. So it's a lot to explain, it gets kind of discouraging knowing that like life, like you really don't have control of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn. So like, am I going to experience more betrayal? Am I going to experience more pain? Am I going to experience more loss and just disappointments? Because it's part of my life mission, my life path to experience that shit. So I could learn to overcome these situations. So I can heal. So I could help the collective overcome the things I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Let's say, for example, that was my life mission. Well, me, I don't want to fucking experience that. I don't want to experience all the pain and bullshit. Why can't I just make a lot of money so I could fucking navigate through life at a peaceful way and just do my own fucking thing? But no, it said God or the universe or life or spirit or my higher self, they're gonna put me through situations with abusive fucking people, a lot of retarded people that aren't on my levels, mentally, spiritually, this is why I'm always alone and shit, or either that. Like I've noticed this too. I'm always around disrespectful ass people, so I'm forced to cut these motherfuckers off. Like they'll act fucking weird. I'm telling you, like there are times where I'd be cool with the person, and then all of a sudden, like he'll sneak diss me or like he'll say some shit that it's clear indicators is jealousy and envy. I'm like, no, fuck that. So there are times where like I'll hang out with people at a fucking table. We're cool for the first like couple minutes, and all of a sudden they're gonna start like dissing me out of everyone. They'll start fucking dissing me and like talking shit to me, and then I'll just fucking walk out the table multiple times because I'm not tolerating that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really have no one on my side. I do have friends online and shit like that, but like I don't really fuck with people like that. And not only that, but like, I'm always a busy person, so I'm either always working out, I'm always either running, or I'm always either like studying, or I'm improving myself in some way, or I'm making YouTube videos. So that's pretty much my life, especially since time is speeding up. That's pretty much my fucking lifestyle, and I honestly love it because it means I'm heading to the right alignment when it comes to my life mission and my life passion instead of being around dumbass people who aren't on my fucking level likes to drink and smoke all day, and likes to like do nothing but talk shit to each other and just complain and bitch about life pretty much. So, yeah, but it's just crazy. Like I don't know, man. There's just times where I feel like we don't have free will when it comes to life. Like we really don't. And again, it gets discouraging because it's like, man, like why ever experience blissfulness or like being around like-minded people, being in loving relationships, romantically and platonically? Why experience generational wealth? Why be around the right types of people who protect me instead of close people who I thought had my best interest in my heart, but they tend to be like fucking two-faced backstabbing motherfuckers, right? So I feel like I will experience the good parts of life, but probably like later, probably like until I'm like 40 or like 50, shit like that, or maybe I'm lucky 30. But like I mean, I'm 20, I'm 26 now, but this is bullshit. I've been reflecting my life, man. Like, and I understand other people have a harder, but I just for me, it's like I'm just saying like I've experienced a lot of shit that's so unnecessary, right? So, and it just seems like everything was pre-planned on how it was designed. You know what I'm saying? So. I will go more into detail, but it's insane, bro. Like we don't have free will. We really don't, you know. But this is why when Chauncey went on his videos, when he talks about like we don't have free will, like your life is not yours. Like some people may not understand what he's talking about, but I fucking understand what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. You know? But I don't know, man. But like, comment, subscribe, have a good one. Peace.